Good morning. It is Wednesday, March the 19th of 2025. Currently overcast skies and 34 degrees at our downtown Wausau studios at the corner of Washington Street and North 3rd Street in downtown Wausau. I am Chad Holmes, and this is the Hump Day Wednesday edition of the Chad Holmes Show here on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM. Mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO and on the Civic Media app. You can also join us by going to YouTube, youtube.com. Go to the 98.9 WXCO channel, and you can see our video stream there as well. We'd love you to be part of the show. You can give us a call or send us a text at 715-382-9297. That's 715-382-9297 to be part of the program. And again, if there's something we are talking about, if there's something we're not talking about, we'd love to hear your thoughts. 715-382-9297. Either call or text us at that number. And of course, you can also do it by using your Civic Media app. If you have not downloaded the app, go to your app store, search Civic Media, download the free Civic Media app, and then you'll have access to all of the stations on the Civic Media radio network. And you'll be able to then click the 98.9 WXCO part of the app, and then be able to call us or text us or go to our website, be able to send us an email, listen live wherever you are. It's all there on the Civic Media app. Coming up in just a few minutes, we will be talking about the weather, because we are expecting some rather winter-like weather as we get into the afternoon and evening here in north central Wisconsin. Coming up at 8:21, we will be talking to our meteorologist, Brittney Merlot. Again, right now, nothing coming out of the clouds, but we are overcast, and the temperature right now is above freezing, but things are going to change. A winter storm warning will go into effect at 1 p.m. this afternoon here for Marathon County, going until 1 a.m. on Thursday morning. Heavy snow will be expected as part of this storm. Total snow accumulations between 6 and 9 inches, plus winds gusting as high as 40 miles per hour may produce areas of blowing and drifting snow in open areas. So again, the snowfall will begin coming up sometime around the noon hour, and the winter storm warning starting at 1 p.m. To get all the details, we will be talking to Brittney Merlot about it coming up at 8:21 this morning here on the program. So maybe we've talked about it before with Brittney, that we around here consider the start of spring and all the seasons on the first of that month, March the 1st, because the way you look at the calendar and the way you look at the seasons. But officially, the start of spring is tomorrow, so we're going to get one last blast of winter here today and into tonight. And if you are, at work now and heading home during the afternoon drive time, somewhere around 4 or 5 o'clock, be aware that the drive home may be a little bit hairy, and to make sure that you take a little bit more extra time as well to make sure you get home as well. At the end of the program, we always have our daily history lesson talking about some of the famous events that occurred on this date in history, and celebrity birthdays and special events that are being acknowledged on this date. And then we always wrap it up with our number for the day quiz. And the person that takes the quiz to wrap up the show each and every day is our in-studio engineer and producer, Mr. Ian Welsh. Ian, good morning.
Good morning, Chad.
Yeah.
Got some work to do on the number of the day this week.
Yeah, you do have a little bit. 0 for 2 so far this week. So
yeah, it's been a little bit of a uphill, a struggle.
Yeah, it's been a roller coaster because some weeks it's been really, really good. Other weeks it's been really, really tough. And some weeks it's in the middle. But it's always fun. It's always maybe hopefully learning something as well. So we will be able to talk about that coming up as well. But today, again, I think we have to underline for folks that are going to be on the road later today that it's going to be a little bit iffy, to say the least. The combination of the snow, of course, is one thing, but then you add that blowing and the drifting, and that makes it, again, even more difficult. And then, of course, it's going to start with some rain. And then the temperatures are actually going to go down a bit. It will turn to snow. So then some of the rain will turn to ice. You'll have ice and then snow on top of the ice. So, again, there's a lot of things you're going to have to be thinking about as we drive home later on this afternoon and evening. So, folks out there, again, if you got to work easily this morning, because right now there's really no issues with the roads, so no problem right now, but go through your day and then get ready to go home later on this afternoon. Make sure you are aware, and then make sure you give yourself a little bit of extra time to make sure that you get home as well, as we make sure on everything.
Absolutely. Take that extra time. Make sure your headlights are working. Make sure you test your brakes. Make sure you don't tailgate people, especially if the weather is bad and you're directly behind somebody and they stop. It could be a terrible accident. So just take that extra time, have those extra, spaces of buffers in between cars. And if you don't have to travel tonight, just stay home and be safe.
Exactly. So basically it's a one-day thing. It's not going to be something that hangs around. We're going to get the snow here this afternoon into tonight, into the overnight, and then it's going to go away. The sun will be back tomorrow. And of course, this time of year, with the sun angle is a lot different because we're now getting into spring.
That's right.
The snow will go away rather quickly. So again, it's not something that's going to hang around a whole long time, but at the same time, you need to be aware, and make sure that you get to where you have to go tonight, and then hopefully to stay home, and then get ready back at it tomorrow as well. And then again, it's that mixture of the freezing rain that will start. That will be something that you keep an eye on, especially early on as you get into this weather event a little bit later on this afternoon. Of course, it's not starting with snow. It's going to start with some rain and freezing rain, and that mixture of precipitation. Then you add that snow on top of it does lead to, I think, a few conditions that can be very dangerous because you may not expect it. You see the snow, but then you have that ice under it that can lead to some accidents. And we don't want to be talking tomorrow morning about a handful of accidents, significant accidents, or hearing about one of the major roads or highways being closed down because of a major fender bender. So do your part out there today. And again, we will get more of the details coming up with our Brittney Merlot in just a few moments here on 98.9 WXCO. We're still going to do our big high school sports show tonight, Wednesday night. We're down to the final 2 of the season. So it's going to be, down to the end here as we do this starting for the fall sports season. We start right before football season begins in mid-August. We go through the fall season, then we go through the winter high school sports season, and we go right through the state championships. And the boys state basketball tournament gets underway tomorrow at the Kohl's Center in Madison. We got a couple of area teams involved in the state tournament. The Wausau East Lumberjacks in Division II. They'll be on the court on Friday late afternoon in a Division II state semifinal. And then the Marshfield Tigers, also from the Wisconsin Valley Conference, they will be involved in a Division I state semifinal coming up on Monday evening. So best of luck to those teams and to everybody involved in the WIAA State Boys Basketball Tournament at the Kohl's Center in Madison. But that is really it when it comes to winter high school sports. When they cut down the nets on Saturday night after the final game, then we will be done for the rest of the season in terms of the big high school sports show. Starting in early April, we will have live coverage of high school baseball and softball right here on 98.9 WXCO with the Wausau West Warriors, the Marathon Red Raiders, and the Newman Catholic Cardinals. Our first broadcast is coming up the first Friday of April with some Wausau West baseball, but then we'll get some of the other teams involved as well. And why do we do it again? Why do we bother with all this running around to cover high school sports? I mean,
we do it because we are very proud to be the only local Wausau radio station that still covers play-by-play action of high school sports.
Exactly right. And also, it's also very fun to be able to talk to an area coach every week and talk to an area student athlete each week. And we're going to do that again this evening, 6 till 8 p.m., the penultimate edition of the Big High School Sports Show here on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. Our guest will be Wausau West High School senior Claire Kalmus. She has been an outstanding multi-sport athlete over her entire career at Wausau West, has been a four-year varsity performer in softball. She was a member of the Central Wisconsin Storm for 3 seasons, including a pair of state championships, a member of the Wausau West High School volleyball team as well. So we'll talk to Claire Kalmus about her high school experiences, and then she is heading off to the University of Wisconsin on a Division I softball scholarship starting next year. So a lot to talk about with Claire Kalmus tonight. She'll be with us at the top of the show at 6:06 p.m. And then our coach guest for this week will be Merrill High School boys basketball coach Troy Pieper. He'll be with us at 6:30. He'll talk a bit about his team's season. And also, we did this last year as well. Him and my co-host Jeff Gress will take a look at each of the matchups and the divisions in the high school boys basketball state tournament and give their opinions on what we will see starting tomorrow going through Saturday down in Madison. It was fun last year. We'll do it again here tonight. So Claire Kalmus at 6:06, Troy Pieper at 6:30, myself and Jeff Gress breaking down what's going on in high school sports tonight, 6 till 8 p.m., the Big High School Sports Show presented by K5 Construction right here on 98.9 WXCO. But we're going to talk about the weather coming up next. Our meteorologist, Brittney Merlot, will be with us coming up in just a moment here on 98.9 WXCO.
Good morning, Brittney.
Good morning. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
I imagine you'll be keeping very busy today, especially with the weather that's coming our way.
Yep. It'll be crazy.
Yeah. Well, like Chad was saying, it's only going to last for one day.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. One day of Mother Nature's wrath until Sunday.
Yeah. It's technically the first official day of spring is coming up in 2 days, which, a lot of people argue it's the 21st of March and not the beginning of March. But, to each is their own.
Right.
I like to think we do the seasons on a 3-month cycle.
Me too.
Yep. March, April, and May are the spring months.
Heck yeah.
Though it is always interesting when we get a snowstorm in the middle of April.
Those are fun. Those are fun.
Step right up and don't be shy, because you will not believe your eyes. She's right here behind the glass. You're gonna like her, but she's got class.
And welcome back, Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. The time is 8:22, currently overcast skies here in downtown Wausau, temperature of 34 degrees. But again, we expect some rather significant weather coming up as we get towards the lunchtime hour and then into the afternoon and evening here in north central Wisconsin. And to talk all about it and let us know what to expect is our meteorologist, Brittney Merlot. And Brittney, good morning.
Good morning, Chad. How are you doing so far today?
Oh, doing fine. Again, just keeping an eye on the sky, waiting for the weather to move into our area. And again, we've been keeping an eye on where this storm is going, where the heaviest amount of snow will be coming in. As I was following it later yesterday, it actually looked like maybe some of the heavier stuff was going to come right through central Wisconsin and through Marathon County. Is it still looking like that?
It sure is. The storm has moved south a little bit. At first, it was tracking more towards northwest portions of the state. Then it kind of started heading towards northern Marathon County yesterday, and now it's hitting dead on right here, smack dab. Why don't we just call it the Brittney storm? I'm a little excited.
We got a comment from one of our viewers, Robert Wayman Jr., who actually said that the Fox 11 station in Green Bay has actually given this snowstorm a name. They're calling it a snowstorm Hezra.
Oh, lame. It should be Brittney because it's hitting Wausau and Brittney lives in Wausau. Oh, that's too funny. Well, we can have two names. No, I'm just kidding. But here, we've got a big one coming out, right? Like this happens in the spring, we get all that warmth from the south, enough fuel. This thing is packing a punch. I mean, we could be hearing thunder as it actually snows this afternoon. That's how much convection is with this system. And down south in the state, they're actually looking at the potential for some severe thunderstorms with rain this afternoon. So what we're getting here into central parts of Wisconsin is a wintry mix, probably starting around 9 to 10 o'clock this morning, where some light rain is going to start to turn into some freezing rain, maybe some light sleet. And then it starts to pick up and ramp up and turn to all snow around noon to 1 o'clock. That's also when the winter storm warning starts at 1 o'clock. So the snow will be heavy. It will be coming down at high rates per hour. We are looking at winds gusting up to 40 miles per hour too. So when you put the heavy, wet, big snowflakes and the big crazy winds, visibility is going to be down to near zero. Now, blizzard warnings are in effect for Minnesota. They stop here in Wisconsin and it's just a winter storm warning, but that doesn't mean it's not the same conditions because that same wind field's coming here, that same snow is coming here. It's just not going to last as long. And blizzards have certain criteria for how long it's going for. So keep in mind that visibility is going to be terrible. The roads are going to be terrible. The snow is going to be piling up rather rapidly this afternoon. And it really doesn't want to ease up until about 8 o'clock this evening. And it's not completely done until at least midnight or so. So accumulations total, we're looking at a good 6 to 9 inches. I'd guarantee somewhere in there, 6 to 9 inches. Some places could get more, near a foot, and some places could get near 5 inches, but at least 5 inches.
So basically be ready for the drive home if you're at work right now and going to be heading home sometime during drive time, 4 or 5 o'clock. It's not going to be fun, and to make sure that you are very safe and make sure you do get home.
Yes, absolutely. Drive slow, give the plows plenty of space. I mean, they're on the bad road conditions too. I've seen them slide around and get into accidents. So you don't want to be anywhere near them. Don't pass them. Let them do their job and just go slow. If you have to drive in this, that's the key thing is take your time. Don't be in a rush.
And when do you expect this to be done? When is it going to get through us?
I think it'll be done and wrapped up by about midnight. So tomorrow, sunny, highs at about 40 degrees. It'll still be breezy, so some blowing and drifting of some of the lighter snowfall. Because as we go into tonight, the temperatures do drop. It will become a fluffier type of snow. So a heavy, wet, slushy type first, lighter, fluffier snow. And then tomorrow, the sun will be out, but the wind's still whipping and blowing and drifting some of that lighter snow around through tomorrow morning. But the winds will ease by the afternoon. Again, highs above freezing, melting some of that. Probably not all of it, but some of it.
Before we wrap up this morning,
Yes.
and of course we have all this snow coming in, I got some news for you
Uh-oh.
because this morning I received in my email, because we put in for awards for the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Ooh.
And I want to congratulate you because you are up for 4 awards.
No way.
Congratulations.
Oh
You
my
are up
gosh.
for Best Newscast, Brittney Merlot. You are up for Best Online Personality for your Facebook, YouTube, and X.
Oh my gosh.
You are up for a finalist for Best Spot News, Cranberry Economy and Freeze, Brittney Merlot, and also for Best Web Story, Rocha Cree State Park Wildfire Contained.
Awesome.
So that means you are either first, second, or third in each of those 4 categories. So you better bring a wheelbarrow to Madison the first Saturday of May when the WBA hosts their annual awards. And just got this morning. Actually got it about 20 minutes ago, came in the email. And I wanted to save it and bring it up with you and to say congratulations. That is just outstanding.
Yeah,
Chad,
congratulations.
thank you guys so much. I have the chills. I am so thrilled, excited, pure excited. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. So that's coming up in early March, May the 3rd, not March, May the 3rd. You'll find out exactly how many of those that you get. So congratulations. That will be something to warm you up here on a winter-like day, I tell you.
Oh, it sure has. Smiles all over my face. Oh, yay.
All right, Brittney, now get back to work. Get an eye on that weather. And
Okay.
again, just congrats. And we'll look forward to talking to you in the aftermath tomorrow morning.
Bye,
Sounds
Brittany.
good. Thank you guys. Stay safe.
Yep, you too.
That's our meteorologist, Brittney Merlot, joins us every weekday morning at 8:21. And yeah, Rob points out that high school softball is underway. That the Tigerton softball team was practicing outside at the school yesterday. They will not be practicing outside at the school
No,
today.
I don't think they will.
And he also mentions that about 7 years ago, in April 2018, getting 3 feet of snow. Fortunately, we're not getting 3 feet of snow. So
Thankfully not.
I sure hope not. But we're going to take a time out and be right back. Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO. Play 2005 this break, and then play 2000 at the end of the next break.
You got it.
Hello there, this is James,
Melissa,
Chad,
and Seth, inviting you to come work with us. Civic Media is looking for a full-time sales professional to work with existing and new broadcast and digital media clients.
we're a fast-growing company that offers competitive wages, benefits, a relaxed working environment that focuses on quality of life, and includes a team of support to reach our shared goals.
Join us in continuing what we have done for 80 years. Be a part of the community, put into the community, celebrate community.
find out more by contacting Chuck Gennaro at 715-935-8030 or email chuck.gennaro@civicmedia.us. All inquiries are confidential. Civic Media Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer, and we look forward to you joining us.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones. Check 511wi.gov or download the app for road work or closures on your route. Know before you go with 511 Wisconsin, sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Do you hear me? Do you care? Do you hear me? Do you care? My lips are moving and the sound's coming out. The words are audible, but I am not those that you realize. What has been said? You look at me as if you're in the day. It's like the feeling at the end of the page when you realize you don't know what you just read. But a word,
And welcome back, Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. And again, you can also join us by going online. Go to youtube.com, go to the 98.9 WXCO page, and be able to watch us there and make comments there as well, as Rob from Tigerton was. And again, he congratulates Brittney Merlot on her nominations as one of the finalists. That means finishing either first, second, or third in 4 different categories in the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association Awards for Excellence. So absolutely fantastic to see Brittney be honored in that way, and find out the winners for that for those awards coming up on May the 3rd. So again, terrific to see Brittney, and I know many other civic media personalities will also be part of that Wisconsin Broadcasters Association final awards coming up in early May the 3rd down in Madison. And also we are, as you just heard, looking for folks to join us at Civic Media, not just here in Wausau, but other parts of the state as well. Go to civicmedia.us and then go to the jobs page and be able to see all the positions that are open. We do have a couple of positions open right here in our Wausau office. We are looking for a news reporter, a full-time news reporter. So if you're somebody that is into the news, somebody that has journalistic training and background, we would love to talk to you. So again, check that out, and we'll be posting again the link to apply to that job on our Facebook page coming up a little bit later on today as well. And also we are still as well looking for salespeople, as you just heard in our promotion as well. So again, if you're looking for a full-time job in either news or sales, we have opportunities right here at 98.9 WXCO. And many other broadcast companies in Wisconsin are shrinking their staff, stripping away services like weather, news, and sports. Civic Media is doing the opposite. Our team is growing, and we are hiring qualified candidates to join the radio network. So again, you can check out all the open positions at civicmedia.us/careers. Again, civicmedia.us/careers. So as Civic Media continues to grow, looking for a number of talented people to fill open roles. Whether you're a broadcast veteran looking for a new opportunity, or someone looking to get into something new like radio production to broadcast sales, we have positions in several fields around the state and around the network. So again, that's civicmedia.us/careers. And also we are looking as well, I should mention, here in Wausau, if you're somebody that has experience doing play-by-play of high school sports or sports generally. Myself and Tom Weaver right now, part of the staff, but we do have an opening for somebody to join us and to get opportunities as well on the play-by-play side. So if you are somebody that has play-by-play experience, or somebody that feels as though they have the capabilities to do that as well, we would love to talk to you. And in that case, just send me a note. Go to send me an email and contact me here at the radio station as well. So would love to hear from you. You can contact me either through email, chad.holmes@civicmedia.us, or by going to my social media as well. But if you're somebody that wants more information on that position as well, would love to talk to you. So again, lots of opportunities. It's one of the great things about working at Civic Media, have these opportunities. And again, it's great to see a broadcast organization not contracting like so many do. We saw the story just here in central Wisconsin at the end of 2024 in December, where so many good folks at WAOW were losing their jobs because they were contracting. But here at Civic Media, we are expanding. And again, there are openings. I know of an opening in Eau Claire. I love Eau Claire. I went to college in Eau Claire, and we have a station over in Eau Claire, and they're looking for somebody to basically be the person that runs the ship over in Eau Claire, operations manager and person in charge at our Eau Claire station. So if you're somebody that's got great experience running a broadcast operation, we have opportunities like that as well. So again, check out civicmedia.us/careers.
Working at a radio station brings up a lot of good experiences and skills that they can add on your resume. And plus, radio skills and television skills are transferable. So working in radio actually helps to build up your knowledge and expertise into the television field if you so choose to, you know, in the future, I find a job there as well. So lots of great skills. And working at a radio station is also just a lot of fun. I've been here for a little over 2 years now, and I am very grateful for all the opportunities I've been a part of in those 2 years.
Fantastic. So again, we would love for folks out there to join us, add to our little group here in Wausau.
Yeah.
Beautiful facility right here downtown. And again, check it out. And again, I think it would be well worthwhile. Again, it's a wonderful company to work for.
Mm-hmm.
And
the play-by-play commentaries are a lot of fun, especially when the games are close.
absolutely. So again, reach out and we'd love to talk to you. I wanted to mention a little bit of a sports note, because you often hear, about professional athletes who maybe are a little disconnected from their communities because obviously they make a lot of money and they are able to, maybe not live in the city that they play in during the off year. There was a man who just passed away in the last couple of days who was a part of the Green Bay Packers dynasty back in the 1960s. And so many folks that remember those years so wonderfully well. When the Packers under Vince Lombardi won NFL championships in 1961, 1962, 1965, 1966, and 1967. A member of the 3 championship teams in 65, 66, and 67, wide receiver Bob Long, died Sunday at his home in Brookfield. And he stayed in Wisconsin even after his playing career. In fact, he left the Packers after 1967, played in Atlanta 1968, played for Vince Lombardi when Lombardi coached Washington his 1 year in 1969, and then finished up his career in Los Angeles with the Rams in 1970. But Bob Long was not one of the stars of the Green Bay Packers during that era. But there were so many players that were vitally important in terms of winning a championship. Because when you look at championship teams, it's not usually the superstars that get you over the top. They're the ones that get you knocking on the door. Because without the stars, you're not going to be competing for championships.
Mm-hmm.
But when you actually get there and you're facing other teams with great players and you're facing teams with superstars, it's those players that would be considered the role players that are so vitally important in terms of winning a championship.
Yeah.
And Bob Long was one of those for the Green Bay Packers. He was not a starting wide receiver, but he was a guy that would come on and be part of the Packers wide receiver sets at times. And he was somebody that went to Wichita State University. He was drafted by the Packers in the 4th round of the 1964 NFL draft. He then played for the Pack in 64, 65, 66, and 67, won 3 NFL championships during that time frame, and then went on to Atlanta and Washington, where he was a starter. And because with the Packers, he was kind of behind a few other terrific players. He went to these other teams and was a starter. In fact, he had his best season under Lombardi in 1969 with Washington. And a lot of folks don't remember that. Lombardi, after being with the Packers, went to Washington for 1 year. And then, unfortunately, he got cancer and died before the next season started. But in 1969, Lombardi led Washington to their first winning season in 14 years. They had non-winning seasons for 13 straight years. Lombardi came in and they finished 7-5-2 in their 1 year. And Bob Long was brought in by Lombardi because Lombardi brought in a few guys that he had played for the Packers because they knew what he expected and they would be able to be good leaders within that locker room in Washington. And then on the field, Long had his best year in 1969 with 48 catches for 533 yards and a touchdown. And then he left after Lombardi passed away, went to LA for 1 year. But he was somebody that came back to Wisconsin. And he was somebody that did a lot of great things after his playing career. And you see that a lot. We just talked a couple of weeks ago about Junior Bridgman, the former Bucks player who went on to become a billionaire in business, where he started off working 18-hour days at Wendy's and then all of a sudden started buying Wendy's and started buying other businesses and ultimately became a billionaire and became a part owner of the Bucks. Well, Long, after his career, likewise did a lot of great things. He was a Pizza Hut franchisee. He developed more than 60 franchises and at one time operated 24 stores. but he was also somebody that gave back, and you love to see that from your favorite athletes, guys that you look towards. He was involved in many charities, including Special Olympics, Task Force Against Family Violence, and Alzheimer's research as well. And he was known, and he was known in Southeast Wisconsin as somebody that was exceptionally involved in a lot of charitable activities after he retired from his business career. But I wanted to mention that because, again, you hear so often about those who don't do the right things, those who either, get into trouble after their playing days or lose their money after playing days. But there's so many that do the right things. And Junior Bridgman was one of those, and Bob Long here was another.
I talked about as much as the people who make the bad headlines.
Right. So Bob Long stayed in Wisconsin long after his playing days. And again, member of the, it's sad because I know a lot of folks, older folks, remember those glory days of the Green Bay Packers. And we see a number of these players, and there's not many left. There's just not many that played for Lombardi back in the 60s that are still with us. But Bob Long passed away on Sunday at the age of 83. So
rest in peace.
Absolutely. And again, I think it's good to bring up those who do good things, because again, and I'm guilty as anyone else, will be talking about things that upset us or things that are not right. But even in difficult times, even in very tough times, there are
a light at the end of the tunnel.
There are still people out there that are doing things for others, doing things that are pushing the arc of justice in the right direction.
Yeah.
And Bob Long was one of those people. And again, he had great opportunities with the Packers and other NFL teams, but then I think probably did even more in his post-playing days as well. So Bob Long, 83 years old, another of the Glory Day Packers who has left us. Time is 8:48. Still taking a peek outside. Brittney had said that we could be starting to see a little bit of the light precipitation any time now. I don't see it at this point. May have to just take a peek outside, maybe go outside and see if there's any light rain coming down, because
the anticipation is mounting.
Yeah, but we'll start with some light rain, freezing rain, and then it will turn to snow. Brittany's saying expect 6 to 9 inches before all is said and done around midnight tonight. So we'll keep you up to speed if there's any changes in that forecast and more here on 98.9 WXCO. The time is 8:49, Wednesday morning, hump day, heading downhill towards the weekend. With Ian Welsh, I'm Chad Holmes. Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO.
But I'm only in the outskirts and in the fringes, on the edge end of the avenue. And if you want me, you can find me left of center, wondering about you.
Wednesday from 6 till 8 p.m., it's the Big High School Sports Show, presented by K5 Construction on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM. Mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO and on the Civic Media app. I'm Chad Holmes, join Jeff Gress and myself as we talk high school sports, plus special guests. At the top of the show at 6:06, we'll be joined by Wausau West senior Claire Kalmus, who is getting set to start her final high school season with the Warriors before heading off to the University of Wisconsin. Then at 6:30, it's Merrill High School head boys basketball coach Troy Pieper. We'll talk about the Blue Jays season and also look ahead at the state tournament. It's the Big High School Sports Show, presented by K5 Construction. Wednesday night from 6 till 8 p.m. on 98.9 WXCO. Online at WXCO.FM. Mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO and on the Civic Media app.
Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't know. I just don't know what to feel. Sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what to feel. Everything I thought that I knew starts to look so unreal.
Chad Holmes Show 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. Time is 8:53, overcast skies, 35 degrees in downtown Wausau. Again, a winter storm warning will go into effect at 1 p.m. this afternoon, go into 1 a.m. early Thursday morning, expecting between 6 and 9 inches of snow accumulation. We will have more on this as the morning continues. But sometimes you look at a story, you think, nah, this can't be. Both these things can't happen right away, back to back here. But there's a state senator in Minnesota, our neighbors to the west. Man is named Justin Eichhorn.
Okay.
Earlier this week, there was a report. I saw it, and it came out that Eichhorn and other GOP politicians are seeking to add Trump derangement syndrome, a mega world insult, to a list of definitions related to mental health care in Minnesota. He came out and was making a big production out of this. All these people have Trump derangement syndrome, and that should be added to the list of mental health issues in the state of Minnesota. Trying to make some points with his far right folks in Minnesota.
And then what happened?
Okay, so this comes out, and people just chuckle because odds are it's not going to get anywhere because Democrats have a slim 1-seat majority in the state Senate in Minnesota. But he's making news, and he's coming out there and poking the folks that are not fans of Donald Trump. But he's in the news for another reason this week. I mean, talk about this right back to back.
Okay.
Because Eichhorn has been arrested. And I shouldn't chuckle because it's not funny, but it just feels like it's a comeuppance. Okay, let's get the timeline right here.
Okay.
Monday, Justin Eichhorn introduced this Trump derangement syndrome bill to the state statutory definition of mental illness.
Got it.
Then, the next day, he is arrested for attempting to solicit sex from someone he thought was a teenage girl. I mean, some of these folks, and not the thing about it that this shakes your head. This is an elected official. This person is an elected official. He's a state senator. He is doing the silliness of this Trump derangement syndrome bill. And then the very same time, he is arranging to meet an underage girl. According to the Bloomington, Minnesota Police Department, the teen was actually a detective who had arranged to meet the 40-year-old Eichhorn at a public location. The politician was arrested shortly after he showed up in a pickup truck. Bloomington Police Chief Booker Hodges mentioned Eichhorn's age in a release about the arrest, but did not say that he was a state senator.
The chief said, as a 40-year-old man, if you come to the orange jumpsuit district looking to have sex with someone's child, you can expect that we are going to lock you up. Eichhorn had not been officially charged as of yesterday afternoon, but the Bloomington Police Department said felony charges of soliciting a minor to practice prostitution are pending. Eichhorn's office did not immediately respond to a request for comment. But again, these are and again, not every mega politician is this way. But I will say there certainly seems to be quite a few that have issues with the law and issues with some sort of activities that would be considered way, way beyond the bounds of normal moral decency. So, so this is over in Minnesota, state senator one day putting out his Trump derangement syndrome bill, and the next almost moments later getting in the old pickup truck, heading down to meet up with an underage girl. Mega all the way. I shouldn't be that way, but doggone it, that's sad. It's sad on so many different levels. And number two, I mean, as a state senator, do your job. Don't be grandstanding with these silly Trump derangement syndrome. I mean, it's grandstanding. It's grandstanding, and it does nothing for anybody. So I don't feel too much sympathy for this man's predicament right now.
A spectacle of himself.
Exactly. Time is 8:58. Still waiting for that precipitation to arrive, but hopefully it's been a good start to your Wednesday morning. Along with Ian Welsh, I'm Chad Holmes. You got another hour to go. Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO.
Only you, so we walked alone. Though I knew that there was something wrong, and a feeling that feels so strong about you. Then you gazed up at me, and the answer was plain to see. 'Cause I saw the light in your eyes, in your eyes. Don't be I'll claim I just never would suspect a thing. All I need is a TV show, that and the radio. Down on my luck again, down on my luck again. I can show you some of the people in my life. I can show you some of the people in my life. It's driving me mad. Just another way of passing the day.
Good morning. It is Wednesday, March the 19th of 2025. Overcast skies here in downtown Wausau at our 98.9 WXCO studios, corner of Washington Street and North 3rd Street. Overcast skies, 35 degrees is the temperature, but don't let that fool you. Some significant winter-like weather is moving in later this morning, throughout the afternoon into the evening. In fact, a winter storm warning remains in effect. Well, actually, will go into effect from 1 p.m. this afternoon until 1 a.m. Thursday morning. And officially, spring starts tomorrow. So a little dose of winter to wrap things up. And hopefully, again, it sounds like, according to Brittney, we may get another little dose. I don't know if it'll be as big as this later in the weekend, but obviously this time of year, whether it's March, whether it's April, there's still that potential for some significant snow. And that's what we're going to get here in Marathon County. Again, winter storm warning, 1 p.m. until 1 a.m. Heavy snow expected. Total snow accumulations between 6 and 9 inches. But that's not really the biggest issue, and I guess maybe it is the biggest issue, but a combination of winds gusting as high as 40 miles per hour may produce areas of blowing and drifting snow in open areas. So again, if you are on the roads at all later this afternoon into this evening, make sure you're aware that the hazardous conditions could impact your commute, especially if you're heading home, maybe at 4 or 5 o'clock after work, and then especially in the evening as well. So snowfall rates of 1 inch or more per hour are expected during the mid-afternoon through early evening period. And as Brittney said as well, may be accompanied by thunder as well.
Mm-hmm.
So if you must travel, keep an extra flashlight, food, and water in your vehicle in case of an emergency. The latest road conditions for the state you are calling from can be obtained by calling 511. So again, that's a winter storm warning in effect from 1 p.m. this afternoon until 1 a.m. early Thursday morning here in Marathon County. Well, other than that, hopefully your day is off to a terrific start. That's a little bit of a downer to start things off with all this weather coming in, but I am Chad Holmes along with Ian Welsh, and coming up at the end of the program, we'll have our daily history lesson. We will talk to Ian about the number for the day, and at the end of the show, we always finish things off, the final couple of minutes of the show, with Ian and the number for the day quiz, where we give him an opportunity to get on his, what is it? Get on the top step.
Yeah, the high horse.
Get up there and have a great way to finish off the show.
Yeah.
But it's not easy. I mean, the math says it's not easy because, again, basically these numbers are, you got to try to use maybe a little bit of sense involved, but it's basically a guess. It's not an easy thing to do. So we give you two choices that are wrong, one that is right. So based on the math, it's 33%. And so the goal is every week to get 1 out of 3. That's the minimum. And 33%. Anything above 33% is a passing grade. Anything below 33% is a failing grade. Then we want a winning week, which is 3 out of 5, right?
Yes.
Then the best ever week, where he's gone 4 out of 5, 3 different times, and we're still looking for that perfect week of 5 out of 5. But before we go any further, I need to say good morning to Ian Welsh.
Good morning, Chad. We got some work to do.
Yes, we do.
At this
'cause-
point, I just want to secure a passing week.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So we will have your opportunity coming up.
Yeah.
Let
What
me
is the
see.
topic
I
of
know.
today's number, by the way?
I'm kind of looking here. And again, I have the one that is, which is okay. But if there's one that's better, I may change it. But I think we may have to go with I'll give you a choice.
Okay.
One is talking about the age of new mothers in the United States. Basically, when somebody has their first child. And also talking about toilet paper use for an individual in the United States. So
Honestly, I think the toilet paper would be more fun.
okay, well that's the official one. So we're gonna go with the official one here this morning. So we will talk about toilet paper use for our number for the day coming up. But you got to get this one right, or else you're going to be putting your back against the wall. This is a big one.
I really need to get on the ball today.
Exactly right.
Focus.
Coming up, we're going to talk about something that occurred last evening. Wausau Public Health and Safety Committee. There's going to be a little bit of an added fee for special events that require police and fire presence. So things like the Wisconsin Valley Fair, things like Wings Over Wausau, Hmong Wausau Festival. Going to talk about that coming up here in just a few minutes. So see if it affects you at all as we get closer and closer to spring and summer and some of these big events that we have here in north central Wisconsin. So raising a little bit of money, but it's also going to cost a little bit. So we'll talk about what the Wausau Public Health and Safety Committee did earlier this week. That'll be coming up in just a few minutes as well. But also want to remind you that coming up tonight from 6 till 8 p.m., the penultimate episode of the Big High School Sports Show presented by K5 Construction here on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. I'll be joined by former Newman Catholic High School boys basketball coach Jeff Gress. We'll talk a bit about what happened at the state girls basketball tournament a week ago. We'll look ahead to this week's WIAA boys basketball tournament. And we have a couple of special guests. Our guest will be Wausau West senior Claire Kalmus at 6:06, right at the top of the program. Claire, a member of the Wausau West softball team that started practice this week, but also has won a couple of state championships on the ice with the Central Wisconsin Storm during her high school athletic career, and also a member of the Wausau West volleyball team. So very busy, and Claire Kalmus also very talented because she will be heading to the University of Wisconsin to play Division I college softball starting next year. So Claire Kalmus at 6:06, and then Merrill boys basketball coach Troy Pieper will be our coach guest at 6:30. Talk about the Blue Jays season, talk about their move to the Great Northern Conference next year, and also something we did last year as well. He and Jeff Gress will be breaking down the divisions for the boys high school basketball tournament and have a good give and take on that as well. So should be fun tonight, 6 till 8 p.m., the Big High School Sports Show here on 98.9 WXCO and online. Also want to mention as well that this morning, in fact, the Wisconsin Hockey Coaches Association announced their all-state team. And some area student athletes have been honored by the Wisconsin Hockey Coaches Association with their all-state team for the 2024-2025 season. Congratulations to Wausau West Cooper DePoit and Julian Scalcucci on earning first-team all-state honors. And DePoit, a junior with the Warriors, and Scalcucci just a sophomore, but first-team all-state. And also to Chase Crass, Owen Progalski, and Shay Jones for being named honorable mention. So 5 Wausau West hockey players honored by the Wisconsin Hockey Coaches Association. Also, congratulations to DC Everest goalie Griffin Bonnell. He was also named the first team All-State.
And Evergreen teammate Cole Vance Like was also named honorable mention. You always like to be able to give some shout outs. Says, I am attempting to be more positive in many aspects because sometimes, again, as I said in the first hour, sometimes during these times that we live in, you can find yourself just, shaking your head in the wrong direction. No, no, no. But we got to start shaking our head in the right direction. Yes, 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 a little bit more often.
Very true. A lot of times the negative can overpower the positive aspects, but even just one small positive story can really change your day for the better.
Absolutely. And that's what we're going to try to do. But it does not mean that we are not going to talk about some of the things that need to be talked about as well.
Talk about
exactly. So want to have that balance. We want your days to get off not to just a negative start, but we want a positive start as well. We want to be able to give you the information that you need, have the discussion that you're looking for, and be able to get your days off to a good start as well. And that's it's that balance. We're trying to get that little bit of a balance. But again, really feel great for the kids that were named All-State on the hockey rink this year. And it's wonderful. And in fact, last week was a great week because, again, wrapping up the winter sports season, had a chance to be at 3 different end-of-season banquets. So very nice of these folks to invite me. And Wausau West hockey banquet, then the Storm hockey banquet, and then on Sunday it was the Wausau West boys basketball banquet. And it was almost embarrassing because they were saying such nice things about me at one point, and it was like, stop it. It's because it's so much fun to do. I mean, I feel like I'm cheating in a way because I love being around the teams and being around the coaches and the entire programs.
They're giving you a proper credit.
Well, the thing is, and we talked about it last hour, because it's important that we highlight, I think, these student athletes. And I think it's important we highlight, and I was just looking at my email at the top of the hour. Got a note again from a local person that's involved in a theatrical production that's coming up and wants to try to get a interview here and get some of the cast members on and to promote. And that's exactly what we love to do around here. We want to be able to promote the good things that our youth are doing, and we're going to do that definitely as well. So again, hopefully give you a little good news and also talk about some important things going on as well here in North Central Wisconsin. In fact, coming up next, we are going to talk a little bit about what happened earlier this week at Wausau Public Health and Safety Committee in terms of a ticket fee, and talk about the positives and maybe not so positive. I mean, obviously nobody wants to pay a little bit more, but if it goes towards good things, I do think it's a positive as well. So we'll tell you what happened coming up next as we continue here on this Wednesday morning. The time is 9:18 with Ian Welsh. I'm Chad Holmes. Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO.
Did you want to play the 2000 or 2005?
2005 here, and then 2000 at the bottom of the hour again.
You got it.
Hello there, this is James.
Melissa,
Chad,
and Seth, inviting you to come work with us. Civic Media is looking for a full-time sales professional to work with existing and new broadcast and digital media clients.
we're a fast-growing company that offers competitive wages, benefits, a relaxed working environment that focuses on quality of life and includes a team of support to reach our shared goals.
Join us in continuing what we have done for 80 years. Be a part of the community, put into the community, celebrate community.
find out more by contacting Chuck Gennaro at 715-935-8030 or email chuck.gennaro@civicmedia.us. All inquiries are confidential. Civic Media Incorporated is an equal opportunity employer, and we look forward to you joining us.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones. Check 511wi.gov or download the app for roadwork or closures on your route. Know before you go with 511 Wisconsin, sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
Talking, the answer is there. You promise your love, how much you care. I'm still listening, but still unsure. Your actions are lacking, nothing is clear. No more words. Tell me you love me while you're looking away. No more words. No more words and no more promises of love.
Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. Again, you can join us at youtube.com and the 98.9 WXCO channel as well. And you can give us a call or a text at 715-382-9297. That's 715-382-9297 to be part of the program and let us know what's on your mind. Also, quick note that coming up later today, tune into the Maggie Dawn Show right here on WXCO from 2 until 4 p.m. Part of the program today, Maggie will be speaking with Democratic organizers in red counties across Wisconsin. Included will be Marathon County Democratic Party Chairman Nancy Stencil. Of course, Nancy appears on this show every other Thursday. In fact, every other Thursday conversation will be held tomorrow morning in the second hour of the show. But today, she'll be joined with Kathleen Rolke of Wood County and Marcia Steele of Winnebago County. So you can hear Nancy along with those other two Democratic organizers in red counties across Wisconsin coming up during the Maggie Dawn Show today, 2 till 4 p.m. here on 98.9 WXCO. Also wanted to mention Wausau Public Health and Safety Committee this week unanimously approved a $1 per ticket fee for special events that require a significant police and fire presence. According to a story at wausapilotandreview.com, the policy change, part of the city's 2025 budget passed by the city council in November, now moves to the full council for approval. According to city documents, the city's fee schedule was amended on November 12th of 2024 to include the new surcharge. It will be applicable after the council approves it, as is expected. City Clerk Caitlin Bernardi told the committee that city staff determined a new ordinance was not needed. Instead, they opted to amend the special event policy to add the $1 per ticket fee and clarify how it will be collected. And that's the thing that's kind of interesting with this new policy. Under the revised policy, event organizers will be responsible for self-reporting ticket sales and paying the fee within 30 days of the event. The fee applies to all tickets sold or given away, even if the event is later canceled. It sounds a little bit like what's the term that would be used when you basically oh man, why is my mind freezing here? Basically, you call if you're playing tennis, you don't have linesmen. You call it yourselves, and you have to basically trust each other that you're going to be fair about it. So
is that called?
I know it's sometimes the mind does not work early in the morning for me, but that's the way it's going to be. The event organizers responsible for self-reporting the ticket sales and paying the fee within 30 days of the event.
It's a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, I mean, but what happens for those folks who don't self-report, who do
Yeah.
not pay the fee? I mean, what's the next step? I mean, because obviously there has to be a next step involved in that as well. And again, this is not for every event. This is for the events where there is the need for police or fire protection in some way.
Like
Significant.
Wisconsin Valley Fair.
Yep. And it says requires a significant police and fire presence. And what does significant mean? I mean, there's a few questions here that I would have.
There's a lot of food vendors, and there's a risk of, something catching on a fire. Does that qualify it? I mean, there has to be a certain regulations that show, okay, well, what is more prone to fire danger and which is not. So what do we have to pay for? I mean, there's a lot of variables that go into it.
And the fee applies to all tickets sold or given away, even if the event is later canceled. If after an event, it's determined that no service was needed or that the event was canceled, the $1 fee will still apply to every ticket sold or given away for that event, the revised policy states. Both Bernardi and Wausau Police Chief Matt Barnes, who was responding to a question from Alder Sarah Watson, said there will be no exemptions for free tickets. Barnes said a ticket is a ticket. It is applicable to all kinds of tickets, regardless of whether it's for an adult or child, sold or given away. It will not apply to events such as concerts on the square. It will be applied to the ticketed events where people are buying an admission ticket to get through the gate, she said. So that means that such events impacted would be the Wisconsin Valley Fair, the Hmong Wausau Festival, Wings Over Wausau. The surcharge is projected to generate about $70,000 in 2025. So again, it'll be number one. It's going to be interesting. It's add another dollar to these tickets. But at the same time, the self-reporting aspect of it is going to be interesting. And then what happens for those folks who drag their feet on the self-reporting aspect? So it's going to be interesting to see this new policy go into action here in 2025.
True.
The time is 9:28. Still waiting. I think actually I'm peeking. It looks like maybe some light precipitation is falling. I'm going to go outside and see during this information update to see for sure. But again, there is a winter storm warning that goes into effect at 1 p.m. until 1 a.m. early Thursday morning. We'll get you more on the weather and a whole bunch more coming up. Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO. Wednesday from 6 till 8 p.m., it's the Big High School Sports Show, presented by K5 Construction on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM. Mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO and on the Civic Media app. I'm Chad Holmes, join Jeff Gress and myself as we talk high school sports, plus special guests. At the top of the show at 6:06, we'll be joined by Wausau West senior Claire Kalmus, who is getting set to start her final high school season with the Warriors before heading off to the University of Wisconsin. Then at 6:30, it's Merrill High School head boys basketball coach Troy Pieper. We'll talk about the Blue Jays season and also look ahead at the state tournament. It's the Big High School Sports Show, presented by K5 Construction. Wednesday night from 6 till 8 p.m. on 98.9 WXCO. Online at WXCO.FM. Mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO and on the Civic Media app.
Life is so strange when you don't know how can you tell where you're going to. You can't be sure of any situation. Something could change, and then you wonder. Where do we go from here? It seems so near, just as far beyond as I can see. I still don't know what this all means to me. I have nowhere to go. I don't know what to do, and I don't even know the time of day. I guess it doesn't matter anyway. Life is so strange. Destination unknown. When you don't know your destination.
Chad Holmes Show, 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM. Mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO and on the Civic Media app. Temperature at 35 degrees. I did go outside during that information update because I wanted to see whether or not there was some light precipitation coming down.
How was it out there?
No precipitation. Maybe I'm just thinking, as I look out the window, maybe I was almost willing precipitation because it feels like it should be raining lightly or maybe light freezing rain, but nope, it is not raining yet. There's no precipitation coming down yet, but that will change. I mean, it's gonna happen.
It will get here. Just a question of how much, because I know they were talking about 6 to 9 inches, but I'm hoping it's only like 3 to 5.
Brittney sounded pretty adamant. It's going to be in that 6 to 9.
Usually right.
Yes, she is. She's usually right. So again, there's a winter storm warning.
So don't put the snowblowers away yet, people. Make sure you got those batteries to charge up. You got your shovels ready because you're probably going to have to shovel quite a bit this evening.
That is very true. And again, the snow will be coming this afternoon, but it will be done, Brittney said, around midnight. A winter storm warning from 1 p.m. until 1 a.m. and then 6 to 9 inches of total accumulation. But again, especially the afternoon drive time after the rain and the freezing rain, we'll put down some ice and then the snow. Be aware, it's going to be some slick road conditions out there as you try to head on home. And again, we'll keep you up to speed throughout the course of the day with Brittney and our entire 98.9 WXCO and Civic Media meteorology team. Also, wanted to mention as well that coming up next week, starting on Monday, another great way to win, another text to win contest statewide here on the Civic Media Radio Network. It is Break into Spring, our text to win statewide contest starting on Monday and then going for 2 weeks. And make sure you tune in multiple times during the day in the 7 o'clock hour, the 11 o'clock hour, the 1 o'clock hour, and the 4 p.m. hours each day throughout the 2 weeks in the statewide text to win contest. I'm still a little annoyed they're not doing it during one of our hours.
Yeah.
And I had a meeting the other day with one of my bosses and said, "Oh, sorry about that." Well, it's like, I know, but still would have been nice to have a chance to be part of it.
Contest, they'll pick us.
Maybe, but there's 4 times to win. And what you'll have to do is, like, starting in the 7 o'clock hour, listen to Pat Kreitlow on Up North News Radio. He will give you a keyword. to enter in for your chance to be an hourly winner and then also be entered in for the grand prize. And you have a chance to win that very hour. So anybody that sends in for that hour will have a chance to win a Chula Vista getaway. Milwaukee Brewers club level tickets. Brewers opening day coming up in just over a week. Or $100 cash. And that's just for the hourly game. 4 times a day, 5 days a week. Those are the hourly prizes.
Good prizes.
And then every entry puts you into our grand prize drawing of a brand new queen size mattress set from Merlot Mattress. And that will be a grand prize. So a terrific chance to win. But who couldn't use $100 cash or tickets to see the crew for nothing?
They're all very good.
And the thing about these tickets as well, because last year I went to one game. It was with the Civic Media. And the tickets are just fantastic. They're great tickets. They were some of the best tickets I've ever had going to see the Brewers. So you can see everything really great. It's actually in an area where you have a decent chance of getting a foul ball even. So it's like a whole lot of fun. And those Chula Vista getaways are also fantastic. So really some great hourly prizes starting Monday, next Monday, March 24th. Your first chance to win will be with Pat in the 7 o'clock hour, then Jane Matinaire during the 11 o'clock hour, Todd Alba in the 1 o'clock hour, and then Dom Salvia in the 4 o'clock hour each day during that 2-week statewide text to win contest. And make sure you download the Civic Media app and be listening starting at 7 a.m. on Monday for your chance to win. Listen for that keyword, text to win. And again, it's a great excuse as well to get the Civic Media app. And it's free, it's easy, it's a great piece of technology. Just go to your app store, search Civic Media, download it, and then you'll open it up and you'll see every station on the Civic Media Radio Network. The fourth one down is 98.9 WXCO. And when you do send in your text to win keywords, we ask you to use 98.9 WXCO because
please,
the folks down at headquarters, they look at that. They say,
keeping track of our numbers.
Yep, which station is getting the highest number of texts? And we want you to be on Team WXCO. So that's what we're looking for.
Appreciate it.
We would appreciate it big time.
Is this one of those contests where it's a different keyword for each of the hours? It's not the same.
Yep. Once that keyword is done, you have that hour. So like at 7 o'clock on Monday, Pat will come on after the information update in the news, probably about 7:06, 7:07, give you the keyword. You'll have until the end of the hour. Once that clock hits 8 o'clock, that keyword is dead.
Can't be used anymore.
Can't be used anymore. It will not be used anymore. There will be a new keyword. There'll be a new keyword for every hour. Every time during the 40 different times you play it during the 2-week span, there'll be 40 different keywords. So, yep, that's exactly right. Wanted to touch a little briefly here on something that occurred yesterday. The Chief Justice of the United States, John Roberts, came out with a statement because what we hear over and over and over again in recent weeks is Donald Trump and Elon Musk criticizing and threatening judges because they don't like their rulings. They think that they should be rubber stamped on everything. Well, John Roberts has an interesting relationship with Donald Trump. It feels like on one hand, sometimes he'll push back a little bit, and then other times he'll enable him. And I think the enabling was never more clear than last summer when he allows Donald Trump and presidents to be able to basically break the law without facing any criminal consequences. But yesterday, Roberts, after Donald Trump, again on social media yesterday, put out a heated post referring to a federal judge currently handling a migrant deportation case as crooked. Trump declared the judge should be impeached, all capital letters. Soon after yesterday, Roberts issued a statement. For more than 2 centuries, it's been established that the impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision. The normal appellate review process exists for that purpose. For U.S. District Court judges currently on the front lines of the Trump litigation, Roberts' defense was heartening if overdue. For retired Justice Stephen Breyer, He told CNN that the statement met the moment. Breyer said, "It's informative, it's short, it doesn't blame anyone or praise anyone. It says if you don't like what the judge holds, appeal." He repeats, appeal. But the thing about it is, for every little pushback that people like John Roberts gives Donald Trump, they don't say anything, and then they also fall on their knees way too often. Donald Trump, and the thing that was not mentioned in that statement from John Roberts was the times here in the last couple of weeks that Donald Trump and his administration have ignored court orders. That should have been brought up, because if Donald Trump decides that the courts have no jurisdiction over him, then we're a dictatorship. I would have liked to have seen the Chief Justice actually mention, hey, when the court makes a ruling, you are by law expected to do what it says.
Exactly.
But we have not seen that from Donald Trump. But again, it's one of these things where at times you see the uncomfortableness of people like John Roberts, who I think, while conservative, are of the traditional conservative school, where you're not trying to overthrow the government. You're just conservative when it comes to our government. But with people like the MAGAs and the Donald Trumps of the world, they continue pushing, and basically are trying to take away traditional powers that were with the courts and also with the legislative branch. They're trying to make what has been for nearly 250 years 3 co-equal branches of government into one branch of government that has all the cards, and 2 branches of government that basically just do what the third branch wants them to do. So, again, good for John Roberts for coming out and actually making a statement, because in this era, if you make a statement against Donald Trump, who knows what happens?
Yeah.
He gets so upset, he starts calling for whatever, and there's a danger factor. Trump was actually trying to almost ignore it, because he was asked about it yesterday on, of course, Fox News.
Of course.
Trump said, quote, "He didn't mention my name." like nobody knew what Roberts was talking about. "He didn't mention my name." Trump then basically doubles down. "We have bad judges." I think at a certain point, you have to start looking at, what do you do when you have a rogue judge? What do you do when you have a rogue president? What do you do when you have a rogue officer within the president's circle, like Elon Musk? So the idea that rogue judges are the problem and not rogue folks within government, within the executive branch, is, again, just ignoring what the true issue is.
We know what the problems are. He's the one that needs to acknowledge that he's the problem.
So again, it's going to be interesting. We need people to stand up. We need people to push back. And while maybe this was not at the level that many of us would want it to see, I will give John Roberts credit in this case for actually coming out and saying something and saying, hey, Mr. President, even though he didn't use his name, impeachment is not the process that we go through in this country. You'd appeal the ruling and let the appellate process work itself out. So again, I will give John Roberts some credit in terms of what he was able to do and say yesterday. But the bottom line is, a lot more needs to be done and not just said as we continue. Tomorrow, 2 months to the day. Feels like a lot longer since Trump 2.0 got underway. The time is 9:48. Coming up next, our daily history lesson, and Ian Welsh will take the number for the day quiz.
That's right.
That's straight ahead here on 98.9 WXCO.
Will you ever come again? Smooth skin, soft and white. Lose ourselves within the night. inside the dream circle. I'm waiting for you.
I used to be a renegade. I used to fool around, but I couldn't take punishment and had to settle down. Now I'm playing it real straight, and guess I cut my hair. You might think I'm crazy, but I don't even care, 'cause I can tell what's going on. It's hip to be square. It's hip to be square.
March the 19th of 2025, a hump day Wednesday, heading downhill towards the weekend. And with the snow coming, it'll be a slick downhill dive towards the weekend.
True.
It is day number 78 of this year. There are 287 days remaining in the year. So 7-8 and then 8-7, 287.
Yeah, but then we switch.
So 287 days remaining in the year 2025. And some famous events have occurred on this date in history. On this date in 1831, the City Bank of New York became the site of the first bank robbery in United States history. $245,000 was taken. Edward Smith was caught, convicted, and spent 5 years in prison. On this date in 1918, the U.S. Congress established time zones and approved daylight savings time. On this date in 1953, the Academy Awards ceremony was televised for the first time, with proceedings in Hollywood and New York. The Greatest Show on Earth was named Best Picture of 1952. On this date in 1957, Elvis, the king of rock and roll, Elvis Presley, bought his Graceland estate in Memphis, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
On this date, 31 years after that, the king of pop, Michael Jackson, bought a ranch near Santa Ynez, California, and built his own personal zoo and amusement park. He named it. Do you remember what Michael Jackson's ranch was named?
I don't know the top of my head.
Neverland. Neverland
Really? That's what they call
Ranch.
it?
Yeah.
I
That
did
was.
not know that.
Oh, I thought you would have known that. No, Neverland Ranch. Absolutely.
Learned something new.
Exactly. On this date in 2013, NASA's Mars rover Curiosity discovered further evidence of water-bearing minerals.
And
Curiosity. How about that?
And on this date in 2019, a super bloom of poppies in Walker Canyon in Southern California was visible from space after high rainfall. A few famous folks are celebrating their birthdays today. Ursula Andress, Bond girl from Dr. No, one of the great James Bond adventures with Sean Connery in the 1960s. Ursula Andress is 89 years old today. Academy Award-winning actor Glenn Close is 78 years old today. Prisoner and former film producer Harvey Weinstein is 73. Bruce Willis, and I know he's done a lot of great work in films in his career, but I still say my favorite Bruce Willis role was David Addison on the TV series Moonlighting. That made him a star, and I think that showed him in his most well-rounded way. Bruce Willis, suffering through some major health issues these days, 70 years old today. Kansas City Chiefs head coach Andy Reid is 67. And if you out there celebrating your birthday, happy birthday to you from all of us at 98.9 WXCO.
Happy birthday.
Some special events being acknowledged here on the 19th day of March. It is Let's Laugh Day. It's always good to have a good, hearty laugh.
Laughter is the best medicine.
It is chocolate caramel or caramel day. And actually, I say that because I would have said chocolate caramel day. But earlier today on Up North News, there was an argument.
Oh, yeah. Is it
whether it's caramel or caramel? So I'm going to go with caramel right now. You can call it caramel, but it's chocolate caramel / caramel day. Poultry Day, Certified Nurses Day, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Day.
Oh, I'm a huge TMNT fan.
All righty. So,
all right.
Time now for our number for the day quiz. We give Ian the number for the day quiz every day. 3 choices, 2 of which are wrong, 1 of which is right. Based on the math, he should get 1 out of the 3 correct, even by just guessing. So 33% is the goal each week. Above 33% is a passing grade. Below 33% is a failing grade. A winning week is more right than wrong, 3 out of 5. Best ever week is 4 out of 5, and still looking for a perfect week, 5 out of 5.
Toilet paper.
Toilet paper. We all deal with toilet paper on a daily basis. And our number for the day is squares of toilet paper used by the average person each day. Squares. You know, there's a square.
But not the rolls.
No, there's always a square. The square of toilet paper.
Okay.
So how many squares of toilet paper are used by the average person each day?
Each a day. Okay, what
Is
are my choices?
The correct answer, 17 squares. Is the correct answer 57 squares? Is the correct answer 97 squares?
17, 57, or 97 a day. Okay. Okay. Oh, don't have a lot of time here, so I gotta focus. Is the average person, right?
Yep.
Okay. Day. All right. I'm going to say, and I'm just taking a shot here. I'm going to say 57. I'm going to go with a B is my final answer. 57, a final answer.
All right.
Just taking a shot here.
Yesterday, it was the middle number. So is it the middle number 2 days in a row?
Oh, boy.
Number of, are you feeling a little nervous about it now?
I am.
Squares of toilet paper used by the average person each day is 57.
Oh, thank goodness for that.
You figured it out.
Yes, it did.
You're now 1 for 3. You're right where you need to be. And everything is on the line tomorrow and Friday.
Yes, it is.
Tomorrow, we'll be joined by Pat Kreitlow at the top of the show. We'll be joined by Nancy Stencil in hour number 2. And we'll find out how much snow we got. Have a good rest of your day.
You too, Chid. Happy Wednesday, everybody.
Big High School Sports Show, 6 o'clock tonight, right here on WXCO.